Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Momomakeup here. Today I'm going to do a little makeup tutorial featuring a few tips and tricks that I have learned. I am hoping that they will help someone who is watching. These are just tips that I have picked up along the way from different YouTubers or Instagram friends that I have that have helped me tremendously with my makeup application. So if you're interested in seeing those tips and how I created this look, then keep on watching. Let's get into it. I wanted to bring you guys in a little bit closer to show you all of the makeup tips. The first tip that I have, always when you are applying eyeshadow, start with a base. It really does make a difference. It helps to smooth out the application of the eyeshadow. It also helps the eyeshadow to last longer on the eyelids. This is the eyeshadow base that I use. It's the NYX eyeshadow base in white. I just use this brush from Sephora. It's the Pro Airbrush Concealer Brush. And I just dab a little bit of it onto the brush and apply it evenly to the lids. Make sure that once you are done applying the base, you set it with a setting powder. I use the Naked Cosmetics Translucent HD Finishing Powder. And I apply that with a contour brush from Real Techniques. If you guys ever have a chance to pick up this brush, I highly recommend it. I love it. It fits perfectly under my eyes to set them, and I've had a lot of luck with this brush so far. Now that I've set both of my eyes, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to use the shade Buon Fresco, probably not how you pronounce it, but I want to teach you guys a little tip that I learned from my friend on YouTube. Her name is Linda. I'm going to leave her YouTube handle linked down below. It's Beauty at Any Age. She taught me through one of her videos that when you are applying shadows and blending them, you should always keep your fingers at the very end of your brush so that you are applying it lightly. I'll show you. I used to hold my brush like this and see how it streaks and skips. Now I'll go in here and hold my brush at the very end, and it really helps me to get an even coverage when I'm blending shadows along my lid. You don't want to apply too much pressure, and the closer to the brush that you hold, the harsher your application will be. So just always remember to hold it here at the end while still maintaining control of the brush. I also went in with the shade Venetian Red and I added that to the crease of my eye. I'm going to show you a trick that I learned from Michael Finch on how to cut your crease if you have a hooded eyelid. Now you can see my eyelids are extremely hooded. My crease tucks up in, and as soon as I make a normal face, this part of my eyelid hoods over the bottom part. So I'm going to show you an easy way to cut your crease if your eyes look like this. Alright, so you take your concealer, and it helps if you have a flat brush like this. And what you're going to do is apply your concealer to the inner quarter of your lid and look up. Now that will show you exactly where to add the concealer for your cut crease. It is the perfect trick. And ever since because I always had trouble, like I would cut the crease way lower and then as soon as I look up, you can't see it. So this really is the best trick for people who have hooded eyelids. Once I cut both my creases, I'm going to go in with this shade here, Tempera, and I'm going to set my cut crease. Now I'll go back in with the shade Venetian Red and I will blend them together, if you will. Next we're going to move on to eyeliner, and I'm going to show you a little trick that James Charles taught me. You're going to follow the natural curve of your waterline. So what I'll do here, I'm going to bring you in a little closer, is I am going to first lay down a line just like this. And then I'm going to take my liner from the tip and I'm just going to drag it in. Now see how it did skip somewhat, so I'm going to have to go in and fill that, but that is the best tip that I can give you when you're doing a winged liner, because you don't want it to go out too far this way or up too far this way. It will look ridiculous. So this is the liner that I used. It's from Maybelline Line Stiletto. I feel like I talk about this all the time, but it truly is one of the best felt tip liners I've ever tried. It is cost effective, and also the point is super tiny, so you can go in and make the smallest little brush strokes to get the eyeliner precisely where you want it. And it lasts all day, and it's extremely pigmented. This is my favorite. Next thing I'm going to show you guys is how to apply false lashes. The first thing you're going to do when you purchase a set of false lashes is you are going to trim them to match the size of your eye. These are not one size fits all, okay? Regardless of the brand or the style of lash you get, you are probably going to have to trim them to match your eyelid. You're going to take a scissors and you're going to cut from the inner corner of the lash, okay? Because you're always going to want to keep the volume and length that's at the outer corner of your lash. And so for that, you'll just line it up the best you can, pull it away from your eye, and trim it. Don't forget to do that though, because sometimes, I mean, if the lashes are too long for your lid, you're never going to be able to apply them right, and they're going to look like they don't fit your eye. Once you have finished trimming your lashes, what I personally like to do is I like to apply my glue. I just use the Duo brand strip lash adhesive in white/clear. You can use whatever brand of glue you like. So you apply a thin coat of glue to the lashes. Now I will tell you, wait as long as possible before you apply the lashes. The adhesive has to be tacky. I can't tell you how many times that I've gone in with glue that is not tacky enough and the eyelash is sliding all over my lid. So I start by applying the glue, and while I'm waiting for the lash glue to dry, I will curl my lashes. Now that the lash glue is as tacky as I need it to be, I'm going to take my mirror, okay? And I'm going to close my eyelid as much as possible, and I'm going to flip the lashes so you're almost facing them at a downward angle, and I'm going to line them up as close to my lash line as possible. And then I will grab it on both sides and I will lock it in place. And then I'll go in and really make sure that it's secure. I definitely feel like placing it at a downward angle will help you to get it closer to the lash line. If you just go in straight forward, the way that the fake lashes are curved, it will probably go further up on your eyelid than you want them to. And really, the key is waiting for the glue to be tacky enough. That way you have a precise application, and all you have to do is make sure they're locked into place. Personally, I prefer to apply mascara after I apply the fake lashes. I feel like it helps to blend your natural lashes into the fake lashes. So I just go down to the root and I just add a little bit of mascara. Oops. I got some mascara on my eyelid. I'm about to show you the next trick. I can't remember where I learned this from, but let me tell you something. This is the trick of the frickin' century. I hope somebody is watching this that has never heard of this, because when you learn this trick, your life will be changed forever. If you get mascara on your eyelid after you are done beating your eyelid, wait for it to dry, take a clean spoolie, then you just go back in with the eyeshadow. Can I can't tell you how many times in my life I have taken a wet Q-tip and tried to remove mascara before it's been dried, and it messes up the entire eye look. All you have to do is wait for it to dry and use a clean spoolie, and problem solved. Next, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Hangover Primer. Next, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and I'm going to teach you a little trick about this foundation. Specifically with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, if you notice, I applied it with a brush, and you can see around my nose the foundation has separated, and there are parts of my face where it is streaky and separated. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I learned on how to smooth this out and get a more even coverage. The products that you're going to use for this are a setting spray and a dry sponge. I just use this, I think it's called the Miracle Sponge from Real Techniques. I love this sponge. I use it to press out foundation all the time. So what you're going to do is you're going to apply the setting spray. Then you're going to go in with your sponge, dry sponge, and you're going to press that into your skin. This will help to push the foundation into your skin and remove any excess foundation. Now, as you can see, the setting spray and the dry sponge have worked in combination to blend the foundation into the skin damn near flawlessly. The next tip that I'm going to show you is when you are applying your blush, make sure to tap off the excess. That's not the tip, but that is the tip. When you are applying it to the apples of your cheeks, something that might help to make it look more natural is if you bring the blush all the way back. Instead of doing it in a circular motion, which will just keep the blush concentrated in one spot, you can brush it all the way to the back of your face, or however far back you want to apply it, and that will help to add a more natural look with your blush instead of like the clown look. It definitely helps. Alright, so for my lips, I went in with the Anastasia Matte Lipstick in shade Soft Pink. I laid that down as a base. And then I went in with the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in shade I'm Nude. I laid that over top, and I just went over it with my finger and kind of mixed those together. The last tip I want to show you guys is actually a hair tip. If you are someone who needs to add a little bit more volume to your hair, or when you're doing your blowout, you want to know how to make sure that your roots are straight, then this tip is for you. What you're going to do is you're going to take the section of your hair that you want to add volume to, and instead of teasing it, what you're going to do is just fold the piece of hair over your round brush, and then you're going to take your blow dryer, make sure you have one of these nozzles on, and you're going to blow dry from the root up. And this will help to create volume underneath the hair without actually having to tease it. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned a few tips along the way. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!